elevation inspection. We're at the right elevation of the property. There's a post-tension cable end showing here. Should be covered up with cement called parging, just protect it. The grade is too dry. See here, we've got the grade is opening up, it's shrinking away from the foundation. It needs a lot more water added to preserve it. A lot of people think they're saving water, but what they're doing is putting the foundation at risk. So this is not good. It needs to be hydrated. Another post-tension cable needs to be covered. We're now at the left elevation. More post-tension cables need covering. Here we can see there's a lot of erosion occurred here. It's caused by no gutters on the building. It causes a lot of runoff from the roof, and you can see we've got exposed grate beam all the way along this elevation. That grate needs to be rebuilt and brought up to about 6 inches below the brick line. This is your brick line. It needs to come up to about here. Again, we've got post-tension cable ends showing. So we're now on the right elevation at the front. You can see serious erosion here, and we've got tree roots. You can see the grade is pulled quite a way away from the foundation itself. This needs to be rebuilt, otherwise you're going to get foundation issues in the future. So it's all on the left and right elevations, very poor grade, needs to be regraded, and the foundation protected by it being built up to support it. Again, we've got the missing gutters on the left hand and right hand elevations. It's going to lead to problems if it's not corrected. I recommend gutters on all buildings. I'm standing at the front elevation of the property. You can see here we have some shingles that have been blown off the roof. Can't find out where they are, we'll have a look a bit later. But what I'm concerned about here is the damage to the roof. There's considerable mechanical damage to this roof at the front elevation. It may well have been caused by hail. Hail is very common in this part of the world, and it may be a result of a hailstorm that's damaged the roof. There's nails, exposed nails. They can rust out and leak, and they need to be fixed. We fix it by caulking them. Standing on a ladder at the left hand elevation of the property, we've got considerable damage to the shingles at the top front edge there, and we've got the shingles showing, missing shingles laying on the roof the other side, and there's more damage there, more shingles than is evidenced by the missing shingles found on the roof, so a lot of it's blown away. Overall, the area of the roof I can observe from the ladder, I can't walk on this roof, it's too steep for me, is okay. It's not as badly damaged as the front elevation, where it may have incurred some hail damage. But again, we've got missing caulking from the nail heads here. Needs to be remedied, otherwise that will turn into a leak in years to come. Now at the rear elevation, there's some dings on the vent above us here indicating hail damage. Although the surface of the roof is in reasonable condition, but there are evidence, like here, of mechanical damage. It's notoriously difficult for me as a home inspector to be able to tell you whether or not there's been hail damage here. The only way you can find out is get an expert, a roof expert, for example, from an insurance company to tell you. Often these roofs are quite regularly replaced due to hail damage. Elevation of the property, we're looking at the roof from a ladder. Here there appears to be little impact damage, but I've seen enough to say that I would want you to definitely have a roofing specialist look at the roof to tell you whether or not it's insurable or not. Also to check with the current owner to make sure there's not been a claim for roof repair made on their insurance company. Your realtor will be able to help you find that out. This is the attic access. It should have a weather seal around the door here. That seals it, stops fumes from gasoline or fumes from the car getting up into the attic. Once in the attic, they can get spread around the house. Very cheap, simple, but put a seal around there, a weather seal around there, and you'll seal it. This is the attic inspection. We're in the attic, and here you can see we have a vent pipe coming from a bathroom, and it's badly crushed. That means it's actually not working. It won't be drawing out moisture. That vent pipe, this one here, needs to be replaced. This is a vent pipe here for the dryer, and you can see that it's actually got lint coming out of the joint, which means it's leaking. Lint is also a fire hazard, and because there's lint there, it's probably lint inside it. So it needs to be secured. It's loose. See, I can move it. Okay, so it needs to be secured and it needs to be cleaned. This is a badly fogged window. We're in the master suite, and you can see, as we're here, condensation on between the two panes. So the window unit, the actual unit itself, needs to be replaced. So that's at the master suite. This window below is showing signs of the seal gone. It's notoriously difficult to tell whether the seals are gone on some windows, so I can only point out what really is the obvious. There's a lot of staining. Okay, so fogged windows in the master bedroom. They'll need replacing. I'm standing at the rear right elevation. We're inspecting the wall systems. Here we've got evidence of slight amount of settlement in the foundation. I'm at the front right elevation, and we have settlement. You see a crack here. It's very new. It's only really occurred in the last few months. Coming quite close to it, it's very fine. just indicates a settlement, reinforces my comments earlier about supporting the foundation here. This crack here is a direct result of this undermining of the foundation here. This is a front right elevation. We're in the study, and there's evidence of the seals going on the window here. There's evidence of the seal going in the window in the breakfast nook here and here. And it's not condensating between the windows at the moment, but in time it will. This is the windows in the lounge, just to the right of the fireplace, and we've got the seals gone here. The other window in the lounge, we're just to the left of the back door, the yard door, and we've got a seal going here. At the front right elevation, we're looking for evidence of foundation movement with cracks in the walls, and although we've got a small crack in the brickwork outside, there's nothing inside here, so it indicates that the movement there is quite small. Door's not sticking, I'm pleased to say. That's fine. We're at the front left elevation. A little bit of movement here, shrinkage around the yard door, but it's cosmetic. Bit of caulking, needs recaulking here, protect the wood. Okay, so there's a bit of movement in the building, and you can see here this door has started to stick. You see that mark there? It's quite recent again. This is all to do with the foundation settlement as a result of the drought. So pretty well most houses in this area are going to be suffering in this way. This will not be untypical of what will be going on in all houses because of this extremely dry grade around the building. garage door without a garage door opener is locked on the day of the inspection. I couldn't open it. This is the supply, main supply to the house. See the conduit here is broken away from the box. That needs to be refixed because the cables can become exposed. Down here somewhere, yep, here's the ground, and in here, yep, we've got a grounding bar here. The AC here is 50 amps, so we'll look at the actual compressor and see what size is specified. The label's going to be around here somewhere. Here it is. Okay, maximum fuse size 45, so it's over fused. This is return, it's 79. Let's find a duct. Here we go, register. $62. That's a 17-degree drop, which is very reasonable. We're looking for anything between 15 and 20. Another return. 78, and look in here, see what our register is. 64. Okay, so about 15, that's the farthest away from the cooling, so it's between 14 and 17, average 16. This gas furnace is running in flames. This is the water meter on the day of the inspection. The water is turned off in the house and the noctulating meter is not turning. There's no safety pan. The temperature pressure relief valve here doesn't work. The unit itself is probably close to 10 years or more old, and water heaters in this part of the world, because of the acidic nature of the water, do not last much longer than 10 years. There's a little bit of evidence. No, there's no real evidence. No, there's not evidence of corrosion here. It's good. Zone 1. This is Zone 2. Okay. This is Zone 4.